Hey guys, welcome to the YouthShed's YouTube page. My name's John Lake, and here we have Gracie, we have Jamie, and we have Blue. So we're just going to chat about a few questions, a little bit about lockdown and getting to know us as people. So the first question for you guys is favourite pizza topping? Go on.
Pepperoni.
Pepperoni, straight in there.
Pepperoni as well.
I probably would go pepperoni, but now you've said it, I want to go veg. So I'd probably go mushroom. I think mushroom's like a secret ingredient in
Mushrooms
pizza.
go through me.
Yeah, spicy American feast. Meat feast. Spicy meat feast.
My favourite one, I'm going to get proper posh. When I was in London, I had this like truffle oil and mushroom like topping. It was unbelievable. Like award-winning pizza restaurant in London. Insane. Most recent movie / series you've watched?
Does like YouTube series count?
Yeah.
Christmas Calendar, TJ.
Christmas Calendar.
Yeah, I know
Most
it's
recent.
Yeah, I've watched it already, but I'm like rewatching the videos. So.
Bearing in mind, guys, it's June when we're recording this. The perfectly opposite month to December.
I've rewatched them. Okay, it's so good. I advise you to watch them unless you're squeamish. Don't watch it.
Go on, Jamie.
I started watching Paranormal Activity the other night, the old handheld horror film, and literally my girlfriend made me turn it off at a certain point, which I was a bit disappointed about because it's not a thing, but yeah, so that's the last film I tried to watch. Yeah.
I watched 1917 recently,
I want to see that, the war
and
film.
I hadn't seen it before, and it's out on video now, isn't it? But
Yeah.
that was just amazing. I mean, some of the shots all filmed in one take. And then the series I've watched recently was at the beginning of lockdown. I rewatched the entirety of Lost,
Oh, amazing!
which of course was the first box set, wasn't it? It was the
Yeah.
first one, and I just needed to see it just to make sure that the ending was as crap as I remember
Yeah,
it being.
it is so
But
bad.
the actual kind of series is just astoundingly brilliant.
Yeah, it's
but the
amazing.
end just isn't great, is it? To be
No,
fair,
it's
you have
not
to watch it.
good.
It's good.
Yeah, real mysterious and stuff. Yeah.
My most recent was Space Jam. Do you remember that?
Oh, I love
yeah.
I
that.
love Space
Yeah.
Yeah,
Jam.
so I watched the whole of The Last Dance documentary about Michael Jordan, and I thought, to top it off, I have to watch Space Jam.
They're meant to be making a second one of that with LeBron
Yeah.
James.
Yeah, I've heard that.
The interest in that, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know how that's going to go. Weirdest fact about yourself? Now, Gracie, this is really freaky.
Well, I can whistle through my eyeballs.
Right, I'm going to put the microphone right. That's so mental.
Oh, that's awful.
Ah, that's a strange one. Weirdest fact about myself.
Oh, sorry.
I don't know, to be honest. I stumped me on that one a little bit.
Jamie's just weird. So
Just in general, yeah.
every
Yeah.
fact about Jamie's weird.
I think one thing about me is that I don't tend to have a pigeonhole as much. So a lot of people, when I was younger, assumed I was into football and just sports, but then I was into dancing and stuff like that as well. I've always been into, same with music. I get people think I'm into one type of music, but I like off the blitz really. So that's what I may say on that one. Yeah. Do you believe?
The weirdest fact about yourself. I've always had a bit of a will to be weird. To be honest, yeah, to be a bit odd, something a bit different. But I'm just thinking about it. Then I think the weirdest thing I know what annoys my wife is I need probably about an hour and a half, 2 hours probably per day on my own.
I agree with that.
And if I don't get that, I get a little bit freaked out.
Yeah.
So, for example, if my wife is still up at 11 o'clock at night, I start looking at my watch, which is awful because I keep thinking I'm not going to go to bed till 1 if you don't go to bed now. It's not quite that bad, but I do need an hour or two on my own every day, or I could go a bit mental.
Yeah, I'm saying I need a bit of my own time as well,
Yeah.
just to sort of
Yeah, if I was with my mum or my sister all day, I think I'd lose it.
Anybody? Yeah.
They aren't going to see this. You know?
Yeah.
In fact, so's my wife.
Weird fact about me, I love arachnids, which are spiders.
Oh.
Absolutely love spiders. Like, I see a little one. What?
Like, big spiders don't like tarantulas and stuff. They don't freak me out. But tiny spiders that you just find on your body, that freaks me out. I can't.
I like hold one, like play with webs. It like walks on my hand, walks on my sleeve. I'm like, it's not gonna bite me, so it's not that problem.
It's a bit weird, Joe.
Love them.
Yeah.
Absolutely love spiders.
I loathe spiders.
Right, next question. When you're having a tough day, what do you do about it?
Probably go up to my room and do some art or something like that.
Oh,
Calm myself.
being creative. That's a
Yeah.
good one. I love that. Yeah.
Not too dissimilar to you, then touching on what you were saying there before, Blue. Probably try and get my own space really and just distract myself with something creative really. So colouring is a thing I kind of do quite a lot at the moment. I'm not great at it either. I just kind of take my mind off it. And by the time I've kind of got bored colouring, I'm kind of happy to go and see people and resurface then a little bit. So yeah, probably that for me.
I go for a long walk.
I'm exactly the same. Long walks, it's so good. Yeah. Be in a different environment, on your own, let your mind kind of like work itself out. Yeah, definitely. 100% agree.
I think if people were following me during that walk, they'd probably hear me saying all kinds of things.
This guy's life is really
Which is
messed
part
up.
of the reason I go away. But yeah, good walk with the dog.
That's a good one. I like that. When someone has upset you, how do you respond? / how should you respond?
Oh, okay. Probably if I'm really upset with them, I'll just run upstairs. Well, that depends on the house. If I'm out and about with my friends, this was like before quarantine and stuff, I would just run away. I know that sounds weird, but if I wasn't gonna run away, I would probably like explode in their face.
Yeah, that's good. For me, I'd like to think I'd be composed. But I kind of have a bit of a sharpness to me, so I might be a bit sharp. But one thing I've kind of learned over the years is that sometimes when you go away from it, and actually like I can be quite analytical with things, so I'll sort of go through it and go through it and go through it and go through it until it like drives me crazy. But then I find that kind of vents it, because when you actually realise what's wound you up and you've gone through it, by the time you go to act on it, it actually feels a bit petty. I end up leaving a lot of things like that, because if it's something that needs to be go back and spoke about and correct, fair enough. But if it's just a silly little thing and you can go away from it and kind of let it diffuse almost, you kind of see how your actions be different, and that the weight of what's been said and what's wound you up doesn't seem to have as much weight once you've kind of gone through it and let it settle, I think. So maybe walking away from it is probably the best thing to do, and that's what I'd like to think I probably would do.
Mine, I was just thinking then there are two aspects to this. What I do in response, what I should do, I think, is respond in a fair and balanced way.
Yeah, that's it.
And I think I used to respond in quite a negative way, but now I sort of use a sort of reverse psychology tool, so I'm over nice.
Yeah.
If someone's horrible to me, or I feel like I'm in a situation that I'm not in control of, I'll just almost kind of fall back onto just being just totally nice and wait to be told what to do, because actually I find if you're quiet and you're silent in a situation, a way out of that situation quickly presents itself. If you're not engineering that, somebody else will. So I find if you just go into yourself and do that, that's a good way out of it. But yeah, I try to be overly nice to people, keeping your enemies closer and all of that stuff.
Yeah, and not insulting people, I suppose.
Exactly. Oh, never insulting people. Yeah.
I am the worst at this. I am terrible. So if someone winds me up, I tend to say things that I would never normally say. I tend to explode quite easily. So your advice, go to your room, let it simmer down. I think, like we were talking about long walks before, sometimes I find it really helpful to have somebody to rant to that knows that I'm ranting, but knows whatever I'm saying to not take it seriously and take it very lightly, so I can just get it out of my system, hear myself say it, say to myself, that's ridiculous, and then...
Yeah, that's a good point actually. I remember when I was younger, we'd have arguments with friends or whatever, and I'd write out a text, to give me loads of stick, and then I'd send it to myself, and just that feeling of kind of getting it out used to just play that feeling. And then what you're saying almost, because I've not responded then, it's on the other person to kind of either carry it on or let it go sort of thing. So yeah.
That's good.
That's a great one, actually.
Yeah. Right, next question. When you have a goal, what do you do to achieve it?
Kick the ball in. Sorry.
Metaphorically.
One thing I picked up, which I think plays into a lot of this kind of like the pathway and the secret and stuff like that. But my own, it's just a thing I've done. I've noticed that, like for example, my driving test. Like I put it out there that I was going to pass my test, or do my driving, and I didn't hide it from anybody. Put it out there quite obvious. And I find when you tend to put things out there, if you've really got a motivation to do it as well, things come back to you because it's like you're putting out an ethos. So people are more likely to come up to you and ask how your driving's going. So it gives you a little kick to kind of keep it going a little bit. And I found that with a lot of things in jobs and stuff like that, having the confidence of, like when you go for a job interview, rather than be nervous about a job interview, you just think, well, I'm going to be more experienced after this interview. So I always see the interview as something I'm gaining, if you know what I mean. And I've always just tried to have this single mindset of like, maybe it's a little bit arrogance or whatever, but I think, yeah, I'm going to smash it, I'm going to do this, I'm going to smash this, it'll be fine. And as long as your prep is right and stuff like that, you know you're there, then putting it out there for me, I think. Yeah. Generally.
Well, I would just like set a timer on the phone. Just like, you know, like wake up and feed the dogs.
Yeah.
And then like 5 minutes after, just as I'm getting into bed, another timer will go off, be like, go on a walk, you know what I mean? And then that will get you out of the house.
I love that because it's not being like, I want to be the world's best artist. It's actually just setting little goals just as you go that are achievable within a short space of time. And the more you do those, the easier they become. Eventually it just becomes normal, and then you can focus on the harder things. And that's a really, really good one.
But then you'll get that timer in your head and you'll wake up at that time.
Yeah.
And then you'll just get used to that like routine, and then you just need to get rid of the timers, and then you're done.
Yeah,
And you're just in that routine forever. Yeah.
It really is.
And mine almost fits into things you kind of, when you're re-examining yourself, you know, things about yourself that you wouldn't necessarily sort of tell other people. And I think people think I'm really confident and that I come across as confident, but actually I'm not very confident at all. And I think when it's come across to like interviews, like you said, and academically, certainly in exams, I was always really, really bad. So I think that in itself kind of it became an objective or a goal, if you like, whereas I just didn't have goals in the end, and in some ways that was better. It fitted into what I was doing as a youth worker because I needed to respond to young people, we need to react to young people, and they're always changing. And in fact, when I've looked at previous youth workers that stayed focused in one role, they've often found that they've become quite out of focus of what's going on around them quite quickly. But I've also quite liked drifting. And I don't mean that in a drifter kind of way, like a hobo, but I don't necessarily be tied down to one thing, and I want to be responsive to the people around me, and I find that if I'm not doing that way. But normal goals on a day-to-day level, you know, like doing the kitchen like we're doing here and stuff, I have to say that I think preparation is the best thing, and actually planning and preparation is the best thing to achieve. So if I'm doing practical stuff, planning and preparation, if it's life goals, I'm probably not interested because I'll just drift toward what I think my heart's telling me to do.
Yeah, I think you do need to have that element of freedom anyway, don't you? Because you never know, nothing's ever black and white, no matter what situation you walk into. So you always have to be, if you've got that element of like, you're ready to sort of take it as it comes, there's always a confidence in that, isn't there?
Yeah, I mean, it can go the other way. I mean, my best mate, Dallas, I mean, he's worked in the same factory since he left school, but his pension is what it was 30 years ago. You know, he's got brilliant kind of like wages, great holidays and stuff. So there are aspects of that which I kind of see are worthwhile when you stick with something. But then also, as much as I love him, and I'm sure he wouldn't think this, you know, I prefer to experience life more than just seeing one inside of one factory, you know, but everyone's happy with what they do, I guess.
It's different for every person, isn't it?
It is,
like, I thought it's interesting that you said about long-term life goals, not interested. Actually, that's really important because I think school tells us we need to have a goal to like our ultimate life goal, and we need to drive for that. And actually, that's going to be really scary. Like, actually, really daunting when we're told we need to live life and drive for that one thing.
By the time you're 16.
Yeah, by the time you're 16, and you need to achieve it before you're 25.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're a failure. That's a complete lie.
Yeah.
People don't find themselves until
Yeah, that's correct.
years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I probably got to my most when I got to like 25, 26. That's when I started realising that I didn't really know who I was as much the years before. So in the last 5 years, so I've kind of really been like, okay, this is what I want to do. I enjoy doing this. I love doing this. I'm happy doing this. So to make decisions when you're 16, it's massive, isn't it?
It's hard to make decisions because you
You are.
Well, that's right.
But then, like, to have a goal when you are young, like, you know, you're an artist. It's like you've got that goal. That's amazing. If you've got that goal, go for it. Don't let anything phase you. But then equally, if you haven't got a goal, don't freak out that you haven't got a goal because it's alright.
Yeah.
So it's, it is. It's interesting. So. Yeah, so that is all the questions that we have for today, guys. Thanks for our special guest Gracie for joining us. So obviously, before I didn't mention at the beginning, but the reason I'm sitting over here, can't see me in that frames because of social distancing. So make sure you still remain social distant if the rules still apply while you're watching this. Check all the guidelines and stay safe. And we'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.